Okay, welcome back. I'm going to share with you what I think will be the best chill clip fusion rifle in the game when the final shape launches. As we know, Bungie shared a couple weeks ago that they are making a change to chill clip, and that change is they're basically unnerfing it for a majority of the archetypes. Now, the way this weapon perk used to work was it used to be able to freeze enemies upon 2 bursts from any fusion rifle in the game. This led rapid fire fusion rifles to be very strong at applying and using chill clip because the first burst would slow, the second burst would freeze, and then you can kind of just repeat the process after that. And it was pretty easy on rapid fires, okay? But here you can see that they are adjusting it to now rapid fires are now going to have 3 shots to freeze, but slower fire infusions are only going to require 2. So this is going to change which fusion rifles are going to be the better ones to use a little bit. Now, earlier in this week, we also got the artifact for next season, and one of the things that was on there was this perk called Creeping Chill. Stasis weapon final blows against slowed or frozen targets release a burst that slows. So having a good stasis weapon that can have that ability to slow and freeze is, to me, is going to be pretty strong. I think that would be a pretty good perk to probably synergize around. I'm not going to go into all the different combinations that we have here, but yes, this would be a pretty good one to have with chill clip. So what fusion rifles should you be targeting, trying to get before we get into the final shave? This is going to be the last weekend to do it, and this is going to be a good weekend to do it. Well, if you use the light.gg website and the God Rolls Finder, you can actually search for chill clip and see which weapons have chill clip on them. And these are all the different weapons. You got a couple grenade launchers, one breach loading one there with Lingering Dread, one heavy with Typhoon GL. Seems like Typhoon GL has like everything. Linear fusion rifles, Fire and Forget, rocket launchers. There's 3 of them. There's the Palmyra B, the Bump of the Night, and Cold Comfort. So there you go. You got 2 of them that are craftable, one that you get from the Deep Dungeon, and then we got the fusion rifles. Okay, so I know it says 6 fusion rifles, but remember 2 of them are Adept. Burden of Guilt is Adept. Deliverance is Adept. So that leads us to which one is the best. So since they're making the change and there's only one rapid fire, which right now is Riptide. Riptide has been the go-to for chill clip. And if we take a look at it, it's still going to be really good. It's still going to be really good. And a big reason why is the charge time, 500 milliseconds. Okay, so that's still going to be really good. If you're going to go for Riptide, obviously, chill clip going to be really good. Auto loading holster going to be super solid. You also have Feeding Frenzy. You also have Compulsive Reloader. You got Perpetual Motion, Field Prep. Like a lot of these are pretty good to kind of get in there. You also have Stats for All, which the burst of slow from the chill clip will proc Stats for All if there's enough enemies around that get hit by the burst of the slow. So there's that. So there's plenty of options there on the rapid fire Riptide. Ionized battery is probably going to be the one thing you are definitely looking for because it will increase your mag size to 8, which then will allow you to get off 4 shots of chill clip, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the more shots of chill clip to get off. So that would be the probably the 2 main things I would say you're really looking for. There's definitely different ways you can go there in column 3, but the one that will be the best, in my opinion, going forward, is going to be Burden of Guilt. Burden of Guilt here, which you will be able to get from Trials of Osiris, right? It's Trials of Osiris challenges. So this will be the one that will probably be the best one to go get now, just because that charge time will be so much quicker to get off the freeze effect, since it will only require 2 bursts, and that Riptide will now require 3 bursts. And there's some pretty good combinations here as well. You also have Stats for All. You also got Perpetual Motion. If you pair it with Solar, if you pair this with Solar here on Elemental Capacitor, you can have increased reload speed, but you're still wanting that ionized battery to get your mag up to 8. So there's definitely different ways you can go about using chill clip there. A couple different ways to kind of get some reload. To me, I would prefer to definitely get off reload. Maybe some stability there to kind of help boost the fusion rifle. But that's the way I think the meta will probably be. This is not like a currently active weapon that drops at trials currently right now. It's not active, but you can focus your trials engram at Saint 14 for legacy focusing. That is how you get this. So if you go play some trials, you get some trials engrams at Saint 14 from ranking up. The way you can get this is go into legacy focusing at Saint and focus this in the legacy focusing area. So that'll be how you get the burden of guilt, which will be the new meta for chill clip. Now, another good option, it's going to be really close with Riptide. I think I might prefer to lean towards Deliverance in this case, just because this charge time, it'll be really close with Riptide. Riptide's charge time is 500, right? We got a 500 charge time here. The one thing I'll say is 780. It's really close. The thing that Riptide is going to have, it has a really long time to get off the entire burst that it shoots off, because of rapid fires shoot off more of a burst than the longer charge time fusion rifles. So it's really close on which one would get the freeze off faster. The one thing I would say is Riptide would be able to freeze faster and then break the freeze, obviously with the quicker charge time, than Deliverance would. So yeah, I mean, you got that. But this one is craftable from Root of Nightmare, so if you do have the pattern unlocked, this would be just a solid way to go. You're gonna have chill clip, you have ionized battery. Then you got a couple different ways you can go. You can go compulsive reloader, which is not bad. You get off 1, 2, 3 shots, right, with ionized battery. And as long as you're in the top 50% of the mag, then you're going to be able to, proc compulsive reloader. So you can get off your slow shot, your free shot, and then your break your free shot with your third shot. And then you'd be able to then, reload and do it all over again. The other way you can go is Demolitionist. This is the way I've kind of gone with mine. Mostly because I can be able to get my grenade back faster. Being able to get grenade energy back, as you can see here, kills with sniper rifles, shotguns, glaives, and fusion rifles grant 20% progress towards getting your grenade energy back. That is a really good way to go. So that's the way I've gone with mine. You also have Perpetual Motion. Again, also a pretty good one. So there's that. Not a bad one. It is craftable, so if you do have the weapon pattern unlocked, this is going to be pretty good ease of access to kind of get in. Now I'm going to talk about Randavel or Ravendil FR6. Okay, I know I butchered the heck out of that, but Ravendil FR6, I used to have a god roll of this, and I dismantled it. This is the issue with these really long charge time fusion rifles, is they take a long time to get the slow off, to get the freeze off, then to break the freeze. So to me, I'm not interested. The one thing this actually has going for it, obviously you got chill clip, is you has reconstruction, which is solid, man, solid. You don't have to worry about reloading that much. Obviously you pair this with ionized battery, you're up to 7 in the mag. It should be 8. Maybe the high impact frame doesn't quite have an 8 there. So, okay. But you do have reconstruction. This would allow you to get up to roughly 14. If this is just a glitch here on light GG, maybe you can get that up to 16. But, I mean, getting off, shoot, what is that? Like almost 8 shots of chill clip. That's pretty solid. It's pretty solid without having to reload. And then you also have Omlon Fluid Dynamics actually on this. So that gives you a plus 30 reload when you're in the top half of the mag. So that's pretty good way to go. Also, I just don't like it. I used to have a god roll of this. It just took so long to shoot. It just took so long to charge up and shoot, and that's why I didn't care for it really at all. And my personal opinion is they need to actually change chill clip on these high impact frames to proc freeze immediately and not slow. And this would actually give them a purpose, as then it would be more about kind of unstoppable champions and that kind of situation. If you're able to get the freeze off. Now, obviously, the downside with that is you wouldn't be proccing the slow, so then you wouldn't be able to deal with overloads. But with the super high charge time, it's kind of like, okay, I mean, you'd be able to get off the unstop first before the other fusion rifles, but you wouldn't be able to deal with the overload. This would give this archetype, this weapon frame, a purpose. That's kind of the main point. Is like, this one doesn't really have a purpose. Like, I would much rather go with the other three. The other three has better flexibility and benefits, and they also can get the freeze off faster and break the freeze faster. So that's just kind of my point, my perspective. And I do think Burden of Guilt will probably be a great way to go in the final shape. So you can go get that this weekend, last weekend for trials. Renveld, that we need a little bit better working mechanic here with chill clip on the high impact frames. So there you go. That'd be what I would kind of suggest going into the final shape. Alrighty, take care.